looking for.
Money
Yes,
moves,
sir.
man. Money moves.
Yes, sir. Wow.
Golly.
Now what?
I guess we film a commercial.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. I don't know if this is going to be called the Outdoor Talk anymore or not.
We might be rebranding.
Yeah, we might be rebranding.
I've been thinking about it, and we're kind of switching up our whole demeanor here. As you see, we have a whole new setup. We're not really in a new location. We're still in the same apartment, but we've switched it up a little bit. This is
Quality.
more quality than our corner in the living room. We're
Exactly.
sitting in Hunter's old bedroom. He moved out here recently, and we turned his bedroom into our studio now. So now this is where we're going to be doing all of our reviews. This is probably
Sit down.
sit-downs.
Podcast.
This will be the first...
Studio.
Yeah, studio. This will be the first video of the new studio that's out on any channel. This will be before anything's on my channel, Hunter's channel, anybody's channel. This podcast will be the first one. And we need to think of a name, because I think Outdoor Talk is a little outdated for what we're doing,
I agree.
considering we're no longer doing outdoor podcasts.
Right.
Not to say we won't be
Most of
talking...
the topics probably will still
Yeah, but the topics won't be...
They'll be more about us.
more personal and more, I guess,
General.
general. Yeah, like
Because
we
the
might talk
idea-
about investing or bad investing stuff.
Right, because the idea for this was we're not trying to create the best podcast in the world. We want to create the best videos in the world. So why spend all our time and effort picking out one specific topic for the podcast when instead we can just put out more content about us? So that was kind of the idea with doing this whole, I guess new. Still the podcast, but it's going to be less specifically on the outdoors, trying to bring outdoor information to people. It'll be more just about us, something you can learn more about us, and if you follow us and like us, you can see more in depth into our lives or listen.
Yeah.
Because hopefully before long we can get this. We have a website now, so it'll be a lot easier to get this. We can put this on Apple or Spotify if we wanted to, fairly easily. It would just cost us a little bit on the back end, which we're not making anything from the podcast yet, but
I mean, shoot, if we put it on mine or Jared's, we might make something.
so.
Uh,
But without further ado, let's roll the intro.
so what happened last time? Do you even remember when the last was it even before the old?
It was before Chickamauga, I do believe.
So it was before the old Roni.
I think it was. Yeah, we definitely haven't talked about Corona on the
Yeah.
podcast.
Well, I mean, like Chickamauga, Roni was just starting
Classes got canceled. Colleges started shutting down.
the last
When we
time
were coming
yeah.
back.
Dang.
But
man.
yeah, we did we even announce No, the last podcast we did I think was before we went hog hunting. I don't even think we talked about hog hunting on a podcast, did we?
Oh crap.
Did we or no? I think we told them, right?
See, hog hunting was in February. Then
It
we
was in
did
February.
Chickamauga 2 weeks later. I doubt we even did a podcast.
5 months ago. Should we ban ARs?
Wow,
was
that
it,
was
August?
before all the AR stuff had even settled out.
Yeah, so that was. We probably haven't even talked about hog hunting.
Holy crap.
Wow. Okay, sorry for such a break. Since we got this new studio, we're going to force ourselves to do this now. Sunday
Well,
nights
we-
we're both free.
We didn't even mean to stop doing it. We got super busy. We did hog hunting, and then, like I said, we turned right around and went to the lake.
Mm-hmm.
And went for that little spurt.
Then
And
Corona.
then Corona hit, and everything just got crazy. Started to get harder to do everything. Hunter dumped crazy amounts of time in our website that
yeah, that was when I was on
furlough.
furlough. Yeah, I lost
Yep.
my job, so
Yeah.
temporarily.
Temporary.
So I spent all that time on
And
the website.
my hours at work I didn't lose any time. We stayed completely employed at our civil design firm, but our hours shifted. and just it's been chaotic. So,
That's crazy. It's been a long time then.
but I hate to say it's becoming less chaotic and it's starting to ease out, but it kind of is. And
it is, but it isn't. I think
we're just becoming
getting
used to it. Yeah.
I agree. But it's been, so it's been that long. So the outlook for this is every week. I don't know when. What day do you think we should post this? Saturday?
We should post it on a day where we can't wait until last minute to film it.
Saturday.
So either we post it on Saturday, because I don't want to film anything
like
on a
Thursday.
Friday. But like if we get behind and not film it on Sunday, I don't want to film it on a Friday. You know what I mean?
So we could do Thursdays.
Okay.
All right.
Thursday forces us to film it before Friday.
Okay.
Oh, hiccup. Holy crap.
So these will probably be filmed pretty much a week in advance. This will go up Thursday, August, like
Something.
13th. Or it's somewhere around
13th.
there. But
Or
yeah,
maybe
every
the Thursday after that. I don't know. Depends on how crazy you get the intro.
It'd probably just be a little bit of music.
Yeah,
And
okay.
a logo coming up or something right now. But yeah, so every Thursday we're gonna do these now, and sadly, there's only 2 of us. Poor Jared is in Williamsburg, so.
He loves it. Oh, it ain't no
Yeah.
poor Jared.
But we would try to have him on here more often. He's really busy, first of all, so it's hard to get a hold of him. But 2, just the editing that goes in to him filming from a completely different camera. 1, it kind of hurts the quality, and 2, it's just so
No, it
difficult.
definitely hurt the quality. I mean, look at this backlighting right now.
And then it would just like switch to him recording, and then we have to. It's just a lot.
And if he's here, we can't talk crap about him. So
Yeah, so go comment on his Instagram. No, but we will be missing him most of the days. It'll just be us. But anytime he comes back in town, we'll definitely get him on one. And then also
he'll just sit right here in the middle, I guess.
maybe once in a while we'll try to do where he calls in or something.
We
It's just really difficult.
We could just call him on the phone. I mean, if anything, we don't have to have his end of it. you
No,
know?
we could just always FaceTime him too, so you just hear his sound. That's always a possibility. But for the most part, it kind of hurts the podcast in general. So
Jared's the weak link.
yeah,
What?
it won't be. We'll be doing it without him for the most part. So I guess you can expect that. And then like he just mentioned, it's gonna be more personal. We're just gonna talk about literally everything about our lives, which do mostly involve outdoor stuff. So
Well, shoot, now more than ever, I think our lives here in the last 2-3 weeks, our YouTube careers and our just everything in general has hit a milestone.
I mean, like the fact I just ordered a gimbal for the intro.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I've been on YouTube for a whole year. I hit 1,000 subscribers back a month ago. I'm already at 1,260 right now.
Right.
I'm growing fast for me, and you know how fast Jared grows? I think I'm outpacing Jared.
I think you might be outpacing him a little bit. No, he's what 3 point something now. 3.
I know, but I'm
3.4.
getting like 260 a month.
Yeah, I think you're outpacing him a little bit. I don't think you're like way over him, but
I'm definitely getting more views than
I
Jared.
think so. Yeah. Well, we can all check each other's statistics. So
But like, I feel like we've just hit a milestone, and like we're actually, I don't want to say call ourselves professional YouTubers.
So do you want to talk about, kind of lead into the milestones you're talking about, or do we want to go all the way back to February
Shoot,
and
golly.
briefly just kind of hit everything?
There's so much to hit.
I think we should.
Let's hit
5 minutes. What time does it say on there?
It says we're at 15. We go
So
until
about 20.
21 because we're halfway through 15.
We need to be finished with to where we are now,
We need to be up to the milestones.
so we can elaborate right now, because nobody really cares too much about 7 months ago.
I know we'll make them wait too, so they have to watch or listen. So let's take it back.
Hog hunting.
Let's take it back to the last subject we talked about.
Okay.
Guns getting banned here in Virginia. That did not happen. I don't even remember if
The red flag laws passed.
red flag laws passed. Bunch of stuff passed, but we still have
ARs.
ARs.
Basically. This is the gist of it.
It was the gist of it. I was incredibly worried, like to the point I was making myself almost sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bad. But so that's subsided. Mm-hmm. Worse stuff could have happened. Red flag law is definitely not a good thing.
One handgun a month.
One handgun.
A lot of people were upset about that.
But if you have your concealed carry, it doesn't apply.
So there's a lot of, but nothing too major happened.
Other than the red flag laws.
Other than that. So then,
which some people think they're good and some people are like completely against them. I guess it's just all. But that's neither here nor there. After that happened,
hog hunting.
Hog hunting. Golly,
Terrible.
God.
Terrible. We need to make a whole episode on how not to do this.
Or you can watch 3 episodes or go to Hunter's channel and watch a whole hour's worth of what not to do.
Basically, it was 23 degrees. We stayed in a tent. We froze to death, and we didn't see a single hog. That's the gist of it.
No. It was 23 degrees the whole time.
Yeah.
You need to make sure the whole time was in there.
Yeah.
It got to the point where it was so cold. It like what was it?
You burnt your sock.
It was one of those nights. We got that buddy heater in the tent. I had my feet on this buddy heater, which is like probably this big, right here, and it's just got like this, just like this metal pan.
It's just a little heater.
It's a metal pan that glows, and radiates heat. And there's a little guard there that doesn't really help. My feet were so cold that I was putting them next to this buddy heater. I had my socks on. My socks started to melt and cook, and I couldn't tell that they were melting to my feet.
He burnt his sock like it was that close and that hot on the fire. But
And my feet couldn't tell. Like, and when we'd go to bed at night,
so cold.
it was more painful going to bed and warming up than it was being out in
we
the
had
cold.
specifically bought the sleeping bags to prevent this situation. But if you ever felt one of those sleeping bags, or you go feel one, they're like such lightweight, fluffy material. You'd be like, this makes
like,
no sense.
It's like silky stuff in the inside.
Right, and we had no clue, or we still don't know if this is exactly how it works. But when we got in them, it was freezing cold, and everybody knows that feeling if you've been outside or you've been making snowballs without gloves on. When you first heat your hands up or whatever it is, it starts to kind of thaw out. It kind of hurts a little bit. Well, our whole bodies were like that to an incredible extent, because the first night we were wet, the rest of the night it was snowing, and then 23 degrees.
I forgot it was pouring down rain.
It was just so bad. So when we got in these sleeping bags that were made for the negative temperatures, it just started to hurt. But when we woke up in the morning, perfectly fine.
It was solid.
Like, we were warm, but going to bed was miserable. So I guess those sleeping bags use your heat. I could be wrong, but it was bad.
I didn't do a review on my sleeping bag, but it's probably the only thing I've ever bought off of Amazon. It's probably worth doing a review on, because that thing was like $30 or $40, a 0-degree Coleman sleeping bag, and it worked. I mean, what did yours cost? Yours was like next to nothing too, wasn't it? And it did good too.
And the only thing was, when you first get in them, it kind of hurts, but I think it just works off your body heat, because the sleeping bags were cold. It was so cold outside.
And I mean, when we go to bed, we'd go to bed in full clothes too. It wasn't like we were going to bed in our underwear. I'd go to bed. I'd have a blanket wrapped around me. I'd have my leggings on, sweatpants on, and then my Carhartt hoodie. And the first time we went down there, we had a big problem with the tent steaming up.
Right.
Now we were just freezing to death. I had no problem with moisture in the tent this time.
Didn't see a single hog.
No, golly, no.
So, but I mean we turned that.
We gotta hurry.
Okay, well, we turned that into an actual film, or I did, and
it's good.
It was a very, very good learning process for us, because now we know a lot of what to and what not to do and what to expect next time we take a big trip. And I think just that in itself will help the next one be much better. We've already talked about what we would do differently or should do differently the next time. But going on.
All right, I got Chickamauga. Let me do Chickamauga. Everything we just said about
you got to mention this was like a week later though.
A week later, exactly a week later. We left a week later. Take what we just said about hog hunting
and apply it to fishing.
No fish.
One fish.
A drum.
One drum. 3 days on what Bassmaster ranked in 2018 as the second best lake in the nation, and 2019 as the 6th best lake in the nation. No fish.
And it was like early March too. There should have been at least something there.
I don't know. And then it was really cold at some times, but then it kind of heated up. Like, I don't know if it was just too early, but
I think it was too early.
Like, we did have a great time going. Shout out to Betty and Claude. Like, the cabin, super nice place, and
awesome.
Like, that lake is just absolutely beautiful.
Like, just being on it, it's nice.
to spend 3 days, and all we did all day was exert our energy to catch fish.
Yep.
And Jared got one. He had 2 bites, one of which was a decent fish, and he lost it. The other one was just a bite, like an actual bite, like he had hooked into something. And then besides that, 1 drum. That was it the whole time.
And it wasn't like we weren't fishing either.
And we weren't like not getting hook set. Like those were the only bites we had.
And I usually, like, the first time I went to Chickamauga, I didn't fish at all. I'd like to think I fished a little bit more this time since I had my own rod and reel. And, like, just nothing. It makes me not want to go.
And this was like sun up to sundown basically. Except the last day, we pretty much quit.
Well, yeah, Hunter,
even in the video, Jared says he's selling all this stuff. Like, it was bad.
Hunter hit Jared in the back of the head with his spinnerbait.
Yeah, that's true too. I did. It just like kept
Clobbered
getting
him,
worse,
killed
and
him.
worse.
After that hit in the back of the head, and then on the last day we like switched spots 2 or 3 times. No, we
pulled up
completely
the boat
pulled out and dipped.
Yeah.
Alright.
To no advance whatsoever.
We're already a minute over. What's happened after Chickamauga?
Oh, after Chickamauga
Fernandina
was Corona started. And then I went to make the Chickamauga video, but we didn't have enough to make it, so we basically made a blooper reel. And then furlough and everything started happening. So we built a website, TakeSomeoneOutdoors.com. Haven't really kept it up to date. The goal with that is to hopefully I'll start writing an article and do like 1 article a week.
I've been thinking hard on the website.
Or 1 article every 2
We're going
weeks.
to take a time out. We're already past our time.
That's fine. It's
Let's-
a podcast.
Let's take a time out for like the actual recap. This is like an actual thing I'm thinking about and like consistent about. I don't think we should update with videos. Like our most recent videos on the website. There's YouTube for that.
Okay. Yeah, but
hear me out. Yeah, I understand.
Do you have any clue how long it takes to update with videos? If you did it once a week.
You know how many videos?
If you did it once a week.
Yeah, it probably take
less than 2 minutes.
Probably take no time, but as soon as you get behind on it, it's monotonous. I have like 160 videos on my channel.
Yeah, because you never did it to begin with.
I know, but when we were doing it, I had like 120 videos on my channel.
I know.
So I don't mind writing an article, but the videos thing I feel like is just unnecessary because I don't really feel like people are gonna. Now, if we're linking a video to an article, that's completely different. But like just having a wall of videos, I don't think people are going to use that. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe somebody's going to be
even
like,
if they don't use them, it takes less than 2 minutes to put them on there. You're right. Once you get behind, but the only reason we're behind is because nobody wants to do anything with
Well,
the
do you think
website but
Jared's...
me.
Well, yeah. But Jared's not going to want to put all of his videos on there.
I'll put the videos in. It takes less than 2 minutes. Say you post 5 times a week. I have to copy and paste 5 links. That's it.
Yeah.
You know how long it takes to copy and paste 5 links?
You're right.
You don't even post 5 times a week.
Post 3 times a week.
Exactly.
Which I've been thinking about. Maybe I should stop that.
No.
Okay.
No, that's a dumb idea.
I was thinking more quality, maybe.
Yeah, but you can easily do that. All you gotta do is change how you film and spend a little longer editing. You play Xbox like 7 times a week. You have enough time.
No. Hold on a minute.
You've got enough time.
Hold on a minute. Do I have enough time? Probably.
No, definitely. There's no probably.
Do I play Xbox 5 times a week? No.
3.
Only when I have a game. I just got a game.
He plays a lot.
No, I don't. I do not play a lot of Xbox.
Anyways,
I
think it's not really like we're trying to get website famous either. It's just a very, very good thing to have. And in terms of monetization, which we'll probably talk about at some point in the podcast before too long. So that's one of our favorite topics. Monetization, stocks, making money, like all of that.
We're trying to be rich.
But that's very helpful as well. Just having that there. And then also, what we'll get into a little bit as we keep going through the recap, kind of where we're at now. Having that, I think, will definitely make companies take us more seriously too.
Shoot, when I get my TSO email, heck yeah.
So, but anyways, so where are we at?
Oh yeah, we were talking about furlough.
Yeah.
So
we built the website. So go check it out before anything else. TakeSomeoneOutdoors.com. Simple, easy. That's what it is. Take someone outdoors.
And if you didn't know, we didn't tell you the videos weren't updated. You'd think the website looks pretty good anyway.
Yeah.
People at work like it.
So go check it out.
Okay. So yep, there was that. Then we went to Fernandina. My first time in Florida.
Same. Fernandina is a beach in Florida. If you didn't know, right
really
in
nice.
Jacksonville,
Really
Beulah,
nice.
Georgia.
We went in May.
During Corona.
During Corona, we came out fine.
The town had less cases. It was a small town. We didn't want to go to a packed beach because we're
we're
still
doing
iffy
that
about
in
it.
September.
Yeah, we were iffy about it. So we went to Fernandina, which was a little more local, small.
Great
small
experience. Don't think it was worth the drive for a 4-day,
2-day trip.
2 days stay in
2
trip.
day stay. Yeah.
But
We'll definitely go back to.
if it's a
like
week,
that. Yeah.
I would definitely go. It was
Or
super
flying.
nice. Oh yeah, or flying.
If we could fly out of Roanoke, visit down there.
Yeah. Well, we'll be able to do that no time. But yeah, so that was
May, Labor Day.
That was Labor Day.
Memorial Day. It's almost Labor Day. So
What?
May, June. Anything happen in June? I don't think so.
Nothing really happened in June. Just steady grind.
July, nothing really.
I hit a K.
Yeah.
I hit 1,000 in July.
I mean, we just went fishing and shooting in between that. Nothing really big happened. We didn't come out with any big productions or anything. No, yeah, definitely we didn't.
I don't know. Your fishing video with Jared was pretty nice.
Yeah,
It was
that
a short
like
little
minute
minute
and a
and
half.
30. Hey,
It was a short film.
it was included in our sales pitch. So,
That's true.
so that's where we're kind of at that today.
So let's start at kind of like the past couple weeks, because a lot's happened.
So, like I said, the last couple of weeks, I've felt that as
Grown more than any.
take someone outdoors, as us in general, me,
As
Hunter,
people, YouTubers,
yeah, everything.
videographers.
Jared has to be tagged in there because he's our friend, but he's lame and doesn't like guns. That sounds awful. Jared's the one that started you doing YouTube. Like I said, I feel like we've really came a long
Lots of
way.
growth.
We're not really grown. We haven't really grown in the last 2 to 3 weeks, but we've hit milestones, I think.
I don't know. I cannot tell you how many hours and hours of
You go hard.
videos I've consumed about editing and filmmaking and storytelling, photo editing.
I'm just
And I keep working and
I'm just
I'm
the
learning a lot.
liaison. I'm the
Learning
talker.
a lot.
Hunter's going to be the head honcho. I'm going to be. It's just going to go up on my channel, and then Hunter's going to get all the money from it.
Hold up. Nobody, hear me out. Nobody is going to put out better sauce than us over the next year. By the end of this year, we will not perfect it. We will always grow, but you will see like a faster incline than I think pretty much anybody else in terms of quality. Like, you know how our videos have looked. I think this incline is going to be so quick over like, because we just spent, not only did I buy a gimbal, like we bought backdrops, haze spray, like.
Well, at least 3
we're-
things I know of are going to be awesome.
Well, yeah, but we're definitely going to keep doing that.
Yeah. Well, okay. I think we should. See, this is what I was thinking about with my 3 videos.
But I think even your review videos, we should start to put a lot more effort. Now, maybe not. Like, they don't need that much.
Well, I mean, okay, it depends. Like, for example, what we recently have got involved with, I think deserves a lot more effort.
True.
But like some of the stuff I review, like that Model 19 I did this weekend. There's not really that much.
But it would help it.
It would help it, but I've also gotten like my Ruger 556 review is just one of those reviews, you know, and it's got like 25,000 views.
Right.
So I mean, I have and like my biggest video on my channel is like the crappiest video on my channel.
That
It's
was a
like
bad
almost
one.
60,000 views, and it's me putting a stupid handguard on a rifle, which I do with parts in my dad's garage, and I get absolutely criticized for it all the time.
Right, but it's not just review videos. I think those will start to become a little better quality, but we'll be able to do other stuff and make it like actually good. Like, are you forgetting what's in the rest of the year? Hunting season.
Oh, yeah.
I think we could really turn that into something.
See, but I hate to say it, but to do that correctly, I think you need to not hunt.
What do you mean?
Like, if we're going to do a hunting video, like you said yourself,
Oh, no, I agree.
like the hog hunts would be so much I wouldn't say. Well, I mean, the last hog hunt you did was awesome, and that was you hunting and filming. But you said it yourself. Like if you filmed
it
and
would
not
be a lot
hog
better.
hunted, and not had to worry about hauling your gun around or hauling anything, and you just focused on filming,
Right.
you could make a freaking movie.
But see, I think that's what we should do. Like, we just go get our does, and then we
hunt.
and I film or something. But I just think, and then we'll be able, say we take a trip down the creek or something. I think we can put a lot more effort into making that really good if we wanted to.
Right.
And I think once we see how everything comes out the next couple weeks, I don't think we'll be able to turn back. Kind of like what I said earlier about that topic I want to bring up one time. I think we're going to get to a point after we do all that we're just not going to want to turn back to worse quality.
I agree. So you telling me about that vlogger lens then?
I don't know about that. That's $2,200.
Oh, I can get a suppressor for that.
You can get 3 for that.
All right.
Anyways.
Well, we've let it on so long. Let's talk about what's going on.
Yeah, so now we're kind of up to date.
So let me get into long storytelling here like Hunter does, but I'm going to do it. 3 weeks ago, we were at the farm shooting review videos. And I don't remember what we were shooting. It's probably something stupid. But me and Hunter...
A long time ago.
Hunter really, honestly, I've been pestering this company forever, but Hunter was like, I want to shoot a gun commercial. And
Like a
gun commercial. Okay,
not like we get into a review.
Not like we do a review, but like an actual gun commercial.
Like you've seen where they have green screens everywhere, cameras on rigs, 30 people on set, like an actual commercial.
An actual gun review. And I've been trying to develop a relationship with this one gun company since I started YouTube.
Shout out to them.
Shout out Diamondback.
We like them. We like them.
I did my
from Cocoa.
They're from Florida. Anyway, and my very first video on the channel was of my 6.5 Grendel, and it's been honestly my favorite rifle. I love that thing. Ironically enough, the only thing I've ever killed with is a skunk.
It's not my fault you missed deer.
I don't know. We reached out to Diamondback, and the Diamondback thing, when I first started the YouTube channel, I emailed them. Didn't get anything back from that. But then, over the course of the last year, I swear I've probably posted that rifle on my Instagram 100,000 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I've made tons of videos with it. And I make sure to tag them and everything, and I make sure to just throw their name out there, and I'm like, look at me, 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 hates me. And then back when I still wanted to do my MK12 build, I reached out to him, which is a 5.56 223 like kind of marksman rifle. I reached out to him and I was like, hey, I want to have a 223 wild barrel from you guys to put in my MK12 build. And they were like, sure, that sounds great. Once we get them in stock, we'll send you one out. And I was like, all right, sweet, that's fine. That never happened, and they're still not in stock on the website now. So I don't even think they're making them anymore. That's honestly what I think it is, and which is fine. That's fine for them not to make it anymore. Kind of have half of an MK12 rifle sitting around, but that's for a different time. I reached back out to him and I was like, hey, I want you guys to send us a rifle, and I will make a review on it. And then I was like, my editor and I, right here, are going to shoot you a commercial and a small promo video. And I sent them one of Hunter's recent videos he did with Jared. And I was like, it's going to be this quality right here. And I was like, this is what you can expect. And Hunter did a really good job on the fishing video. It's on his Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I don't think you give yourself enough credit for how good the fishing video is.
Really?
I've showed everybody at work that, and they're just like, holy crap.
Since I've done it, there's already 15 things I would change about it. And you know how when you look at something, next time I film something or next time I shoot something, I need to adjust this. Or I need to make sure I do that.
Yeah. Anyway. And they were like, sure, we'll send you a rifle. So I was like, holy crap, we got a rifle. And that might not seem, I mean, that should seem like I feel like that's a great milestone. For me as a YouTuber, and for us, that's a huge accomplishment in my mind, for me, because that's what I've always wanted. I wanted a company to believe in me enough to send me something of value, and they're like, here, I want you to review my product, and I trust your opinion, or something like along those lines. It just means a ton to me as a YouTuber for a company to think that,
Right.
and send me a not cheap rifle. I mean, send me any rifle, and that's amazing. But like something that's not like $100. I mean, me and Hunter get crappy stuff from Amazon all the time. Amazon or companies will reach out to us and they'll be like,
Because it costs them, if you didn't know this, on the back end, it's probably Chinese made or something like that. And it costs them literally like $5, even if they're selling it for like 20, 30, 40. It's very cheap for them, so it benefits them more to just send it to us and them lose $5 for a review to forever be out there.
yeah. And
But a gun's different.
yeah, and a gun's and not to hate all the way on Chinese stuff, because I have had
Some of it's good.
I've had a few companies that I've really liked to work with, and then other companies that are Chinese, you can't even email them because you don't know what they're saying.
Right, and that's not to say all of them are like that, but a lot of them, for the most part, are just like little, not necessarily that they're Chinese made. Most of it is, but it's just like stuff that's very, very cheap, inexpensive, and it's much easier for them to have a review out there and lose $5. But a gun
is
that's
like
probably costing them $200, $300, $400, $600, however much I don't know what the profit margins for
I don't know either.
for gun builders are. But anyways, for them to even if it was only $200, that's a $200 investment to hope that he brings them the sale of a gun.
Right.
So,
Then you an awesome commercial.
but see, what I don't know. A lot of companies do that, so I'm still wondering if they're actually looking forward to like having other promotional pieces for it, or if they're just like, these guys are going to make something, so maybe people will see it and like it. Because see, I would rather, like, I'm excited about the gun, but my biggest hope is that like I would give Diamondback something and they would reuse it. Not like they repost it on Instagram, but like they would use it.
Yeah, they'd take some pride in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously that's like the most, like, that's important. Like,
Yeah.
that's what we want. Like, that's what we want.
But I don't know if that's what they expect from us, or they just expect us to kind of promote it in our own way. That's what I don't know.
Either or.
I'm curious. To see how
Either
it'll
or
go.
they trusted us enough to send us a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that
I'd like to go meet them too.
I would like to fly down there.
They're cool.
They are cool. They make cool videos too. I know their lead gunsmith is in like all their YouTube videos. I don't know if you've ever looked at their YouTube channel. But he seems pretty cool. Never met the guy. He's ex-military.
So we've got a big production. Actually, you're way ahead on videos. So just on the rifle specifically, got a lot of big production stuff coming. The next couple of weeks will probably be just filming and
Rifle
working on
heavy.
that. Photo shoots, video shoots, commercials, doing a bunch of little stuff.
And on top of
Man,
the rifle,
Yeah.
on top of the rifle,
you're punny.
I am punny. The second biggest thing, and I almost think it's almost up there with being the rifle, just because of who it is,
Right.
and connection, a possible connection, is once we found out we were getting the rifle from Diamondback, I reached out to only one company, and because it was the company, like, this is what I wanted. I reached out to Primary Arms, and if you're a gun guy, like mediocre gun guy, and have ever bought any gun parts or built anything, you know who Primary Arms is. They're like the Amazon of gun retailers. You
They
can
just
buy
have everything.
like you can buy anything from like Night Force $3,000 optics on there to like your cheapest Vortex you can find.
They usually have good deals too. A lot
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
They run good deals.
They run deals. I have spent tons of money on Primary Arms. Anytime I buy like any gun parts, I buy it from Primary Arms. And I reached out to him and I was like, I want an optic. All right. And I think we had some background interference right there.
It doesn't matter.
Anyway.
If these mics work, it won't do anything.
But I reached out to Primary Arms and I was like, hey, Diamondback is sending me this rifle. And it would mean a lot to me if you guys sent out a low-powered variable to put on top of it. I'll do a review on it, and I'll post it all over the place. And they sent back, and they were like, all right, just make sure you post it a lot. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, cut it. All right, cool. So it was like 2 days later, and the optic was
Yeah, the optic came in quick.
on my doorstep, and I was just like, oh. So they sent out a 1-to-6 low power variable.
Right.
They sent out the mount for it, and then on Friday, this last Friday, the rifle came in to New River Sports, and I picked it up Saturday morning, and we went and shot it yesterday.
Yep.
And the only problem we had with it was the PMAG. So
That's basically where we're at.
that's basically where we're at. When we went and got it, and we loaded up the PMAG, and it was, I only brought ammo because I knew they were going to give me a mag. So we just used the mag that it was in the box, or it was in the bag. Took it out, didn't even pay attention to it. Loaded the mag. Oh, just hit my mic. Loaded the magazine up, put it in the gun, and we got a few shots with it, single shots. And we had a feeding problem, and I was like, okay, that's weird, because very rarely do you have. I hate to say it, but like nowadays, gun manufacturers, their rifles are good. All right, even the cheap stuff's good. It might not be the most accurate in the world, but at least most of it works. As long as you're buying somewhat name brand stuff. And that statement will probably get so much hate. If anybody ever watches this, that statement will get hate.
We're just trying to be Graham Stephan out here.
Yeah. But in reality, it's the truth. I mean,
It works.
Yeah, I have
Especially when we're out there, the sole purpose of shooting it is
just
shoot it.
Just pull trigger.
Not even really to hit the target.
No. And we shot, and we had one of the like I said, it caught the bullet.
It's scratched.
Yeah, right here it is.
Is that the one that is scratched?
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
So we had a feeding failure, and it caught the bullet up.
Scratched the bullet right here.
And it didn't. Can't even see it.
You definitely can't see that. But it
got it.
Never seen that before.
And then we loaded up some more, and we were going to get some B-roll. Really, is what we were getting of some like quicker shots. Like it was like a 3 or 4 round burst.
It's supposed to be a 5.
It'd be a 5 and turn into 4, and then we shot
2.
And
it kept cutting off at 2, didn't it?
It shot
3
2.
one time.
Yeah. And it wasn't feeding at all. It wasn't feeding. And that's weird, And I was like, maybe it's
undergassed.
Maybe it's undergassed and it wasn't pushing the bolt back all the way, or we didn't really know what it was. And I was like, crap. And we still haven't shot it, so we don't know if the solution that I have come up with is 100% the problem. But it's
the spring wasn't working.
The spring in the magazine wasn't working. So when I got home, I was like testing my stuff, because when we were out there in the field, the bolt wasn't locking back with the magazine in it. So the last round, it wasn't locking the bolt back, and I was like, that's weird. So I got home and tried a new mag in it and pulled the charging handle back, bolt locked back instantly. And I was like, huh? So I was like, maybe it's not the gun. Then I started messing around with the mag that came with it. And this was just, like I said, a PMag, not Diamondback's magazines or anything. Just a PMag in the box, or in the bag. And you'd push down on the magazine, and it wouldn't spring back up. It would like slowly creep back up. So I think that was part of the problem. We're definitely going to test it more this weekend, though.
I mean, it definitely had to be the problem, because then afterwards you switched the mags out and the bolt would not lock back with the one mag in.
Yeah. And then I
just would not do it. And as soon as you switch it, it works perfectly.
Right. And I tried that with all my other rifles. So I think that's the problem. I think the magazine was just crappy. It's really rare.
I've never seen a magazine.
Well, no, not the magazine.
Brand new.
It's really rare for a rifle to come out of the box and have shooting problems.
A lot. That many.
If it is like a rifle that's not built, like a whole entire rifle coming out of the box having shooting problems, is rare. If you build it, there's always going to be some kind of tweaking you have to do, unless you're really good. But like out of the box, it's odd. All right, so we're gonna give it some more goes, and I think that was the problem with it. But yeah. So that has been our milestone. Just the connections we've made and the things that we are doing over the next 2 to 3 to 4, maybe a month and a half, depending on how much effort we put into it, how stuff happens. We weren't put on a time frame for anything. We want to shoot a promo for the Primary Arms for them sending it out. We want to get a ton of good shots for for all the companies that were involved. We want to just be able to put that content out there and put good quality content out there.
Right.
Whether it be from Instagram stories to TikToks to YouTube videos, we want it all out there, and we want it to just be the best it can be. And that's why I feel like we've came so far, is because I wouldn't say it's a brand deal, but we are working on a, like, I don't even know how to say it.
Right.
'Cause it's not a brand deal. It's not a brand deal at all.
You wouldn't say that the Chinese, that like clearly came made in China, AliExpress, drop shipper sent you something. You wouldn't really say that was a brand deal and you were working with that company, though.
No, you're right.
So you can't really say that.
That's what I'm getting at. Like,
we can say that if they're like, this was amazing, like, can we have your permission to use this, or they just use it for like actual stuff, not reposting it one time on their story, like using it for actual stuff, and they're like, you want to make another one? Then it becomes a brand deal.
Right. So
then it becomes a connection.
So like I was saying, I was hesitant to say brand deal, but I guess where it's just the value of the items we are reviewing has went up so drastically. That's why I was feeling
7,000%.
7,000%. That's why I feel, well, I mean, it doesn't matter. The rifle MSRP $750 and the scope was $289 and the mount was $80. I mean, that's all going to be it's all common knowledge. I don't know why I'm dancing around the number. But like, the value has went up of the products we're reviewing, and that's why I feel like it's so much more than just the reviews we've been doing. You know what I mean?
I mean, the quality is also going up a lot too. Like,
yeah,
a lot.
We have a whole script for the review.
Have a script for the review. Like, so we've been ordering a bunch of little stuff, fish tank, like, there's a bunch of stuff we're going to do, and then the idea is what? Definitely a killer review, and then probably like a 15-second little, like,
and
I don't even know how to say what that is.
When we say killer review, we're not hyping ourselves up to give anything just a great review. When we say we have it scripted, we have what we're going to talk about, when we're going to talk about it, and the components of what we're going to talk about. Not like we have it scripted to where we're going to say the whole rifle's great all the way through. We
haven't even shot it yet.
We haven't actually shot it yet. And we're definitely going to critique it.
And that's what you told Primary Arms, because at first they asked you if you would post it a lot. Basically, they said, are you worth the investment of us sending you an expensive scope? And that's what they were asking. They said, are you going to post it enough? And you replied and said, if it's good, if it performs well, then you can make sure that I'll post it plenty.
It'll be all over the place if I like it.
And that's what we really want to stick to. Hopefully, like, so far, love the guys at Diamondback. But if something were to happen and that connection was broken and they still wanted to send us stuff, I don't think that we'll continue to go down that route just for free stuff.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe at the beginning, because we're young and like we're first getting into it, so we don't know that much. But when it gets to a point, I think we're definitely gonna tell it like if the gun jams, I don't think we're gonna cut it out the video. I think that should be in the video. Not the other day because it was a PMAX fault.
Right. And like Hunter vlogged
the truth comes first.
Hunter vlogged the whole thing, and he was going to put it in his vlog where the gun was jamming. And I called him as soon as I figured it out, and I was like, hey, you might not want to include that.
Right, and if we do, it'll definitely be, like, there'll be a whole nother clip that's way longer explaining and showing the PMAG and how it actually works.
Yeah.
Like, just, I guess the truth is important.
Yeah, and we're not getting ahead of ourselves with anything either. Is what we're trying to say. Like we're excited.
Don't jump to conclusions.
Right. Crap. Wow. We've talked like 20 minutes on what happened in the last 2 weeks.
But I mean, okay. So where are we gonna go then?
Where are we gonna go? We're gonna go brand
Alaska.
deals with Silencer Co. What?
We're going to Alaska with brand deals for Silencer Co. No. So we got all that, and that's the plan for like the next month-ish.
Yep. And we're hoping the idea is
for it to come out so good.
And we're going to leverage the quality of our recent stuff to work with more companies.
Not just that we're trying to get free stuff. In a way, we kind of are, because, I mean, who doesn't want free stuff? But in a way, we're not just doing it for that. We're also doing it for the connections and eventually to find a company. Like, I don't want 100 companies send me free stuff. I want to work with all of them.
That's where I was going with. We're
fall in love with Vortex.
Yeah,
Primary Arms.
We're looking for people to work with, for us to grow.
And for us to promote them.
And for us to promote them.
Us to help them to grow.
It's not about the stuffs as much. Like,
it's cool and everybody wants free stuff.
But I would continue to do reviews, but I'd be happy. Like, if Diamondback didn't send me the gun and they were just like, hey, we want to promote your content and you promote us, and then, like, no exchange of anything, I'd be perfectly fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, the very first email I ever sent Diamondback was along those lines. I was like, hey, I don't want a gun. I was like, because when we were asking, remember back, Kylie, when we first started, we were like, we should be emailing companies every single day.
We went on that little span and we researched how to write an email asking for something.
Yeah, well, the very first people I emailed were Diamondback. And I tried to make my YouTube channel with 15 subscribers sound like it was the biggest, baddest YouTube channel there ever was. And
hasn't worked for us on any scale. I mean, as far as internships, free stuff, brand, like, DM.
Instagram DM.
It's always worked the best.
I've never talked to a company through email.
It just doesn't work for some reason.
No.
I don't know why. It's crazy to think about. Like, it sounds so official. But
yeah, and like, since I just want to put it, like, I feel like bad talking about free stuff as if
we're just doing it for that. But
like, you got to think about it in reality. We want to make this our jobs. We don't want this to be a hobby. We don't want this to be our hobby. We're out here to make good content because we love to make good content. And we're out here to kill it.
Right, and we also want to, like, for example, the reason Diamondback is so good, Vortex, this kind of happened, this is maybe a business talk for a different podcast, but if you know anything about Guggen and Favorite Rods, it's kind of one of those deals. And right now, for example, Vortex or Leupold does not need us whatsoever. Diamondback doesn't really.
Diamondback doesn't need us at all. They got 23,000
Yeah, but compared to Vortex or Leupold, Diamondback's absolutely nothing.
Compared to the massive companies.
Right. So we could help Diamondback a lot more.
Potentially.
Well, also, if you think about it this way, how much money can Leupold put into advertising?
Tons.
Leupold can hire somebody that's been doing what we've been doing for 50 years.
True.
And can get them all the equipment they want. Diamondback can't do that. So somebody that's, like, really passionate about it and really wants to dive in and help the company and, like, put out the best quality is going to be a lot more used to Diamondback than they are to Leupold, because Leupold can just buy the best person in the industry.
Right.
So from that standpoint, we also really want to find somebody, like we mentioned, like a company we really like and really want to work with and really want to promote their stuff. Like, I wouldn't want to work for somebody long term, or work with somebody, not for somebody, long term if I didn't really care for their stuff.
Exactly.
Just because they were sending it to me.
Exactly.
I want to be able to come on this podcast and talk about Diamondback Firearms, Vortex, Apple, whoever it is. Like, I want you to buy it because I truly want you to go support that company.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't want to make videos just
like for free stuff.
Yeah, for free stuff. Like, what was you'd mentioned the Googans in favorite.
Mm-hmm.
How, like, that the Googans, I think was it at the time Googans needed favorite more than favorite needed the Googans?
No,
Or was it the
they
other way
both
around?
needed each other.
They both needed each other. But
It's like a mutual, like, but Shimano didn't need the Googans at all. Shimano, for example, Shimano was a $20 million company. That could be far off, but hypothetically, they were a $20 million company.
Mhm.
The Googans at the time might have made them a $21.1 million company, maybe.
Right.
But Shimano had so much other stuff going. Why would they invest in that when they think they can get better return here and there? But had Shimano had the Googans back then, they might be a $50 million company. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just think of if you'd have known.
I
If
mean,
you were a
they did
fishing
leave
company,
favorite, but like they favorite thanks to the Googans, like really really did well. I don't
'Cause the
know
Googans
exactly
blew
where they're
up.
at now, but
I mean, the Googans. Let's be honest. They're what's going on right now.
the hashtag Googan takeover is for real.
Like,
I don't think anybody's beating them.
I'd hate to be a fishing company right now.
Yeah,
Um,
it's dangerous.
yeah.
Because just their pull. And then this is one thing we've talked about. And I know I keep saying this, but this might be a topic for another time. But we talk about like merch, for example, or like people buying stuff. And it means so much more if it's like personalized, like to you. So if I have a fishing
You mean if
account where
there's
I post,
an ED look?
if I have a fishing account where I post random pictures
Right.
of random people, if I have 200,000 followers, I'm probably going to get less engagement than you as a person and as an internet personality with 20,000,
Oh yeah.
which is just absolutely insane.
Oh yeah.
And
True. That's why I
it
want to
just blows
kind
my
of.
mind.
That's why I want to kind of pull away from. Well, I mean, I've been posting vlogs on Fridays.
Hmm.
I want to I mean, they suck, but I want to pull away from just
Well,
review videos and kind of
Yeah, because long
become more
term,
personal.
if you didn't know, the goal is long term. Go check out Donnie Vincent Winds of a DAC. But basically, that just dropped as a video. But more or less, Donnie Vincent has this film crew, and it's presented by Benelli and other sponsors. But he has these people that like he really loves their companies, and they pay him enough money that he's able to pay this whole film crew, and then he spent a month or however long hunting caribou and geese or whatever he did in Adak Island, wherever that's at.
Mm-hmm.
But that's our goal, is like Diamondback, hey, we got the 6mm arc. We're starting to make it now. Great round. You guys should take it out to, I don't know, somewhere
Somewhere stupid, and we want you to have.
and kill something with it.
Yeah.
Like, go to Tanzania and hunt hyenas. Or go to Texas and hunt hogs. Like, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a thing. But that's the goal, is just to be able to travel everywhere. Not only that, like fish too. I mean, Jared's still part of this, and he'll eventually get into fishing more. But I mean, just the whole plethora.
Yeah.
That's the goal, is to find companies that really push, and instead of just sending us free stuff to do a review on, they're like, hey, like showcase how this rifle performs by going here and doing this.
Yep. And using it in the most harshest environment, or actually putting it to the test.
I think that's what we're doing. We're getting there.
We're getting there. We're growing. And like Hunter said, you wait and see. We'll be there.
And it'll only get better. And I think that's my favorite part about
All this.
Even
my crappy videos where I do such bad editing, I still get better at editing. Like,
right.
I think just I'm doing a small video for my company right now, and I think I've learned more
doing that.
You
do.
Than really anything.
And that's my favorite answer I've ever heard, is when people, and this is what I always say too, if somebody ever asks you, like, what's the best project you've ever done? Who's the best you've ever worked with? You know, what's your favorite piece of work? Like, how did it come about? Yada, yada, yada. My favorite answer, and the best one I've ever heard, is always the next one. Like, to never be satisfied, to always be pushing forward, because each one will get better. There's no way it gets worse.
Right.
I mean, like, if you really want to get into philosophy, maybe like one or two gets not as good as the one because you put so much in. But eventually, basically, you always keep getting better.
You always improve.
So, I mean, it's just uphill.
Yeah.
And then the ball's rolling right now, too.
Yep.
Not only just because we got sent stuff, but, I mean, we did all this, so we're definitely...
You guys can't see it, but Hunter. Oh.
So it looks really good when one person's sitting here and doing a review. But, I mean, just quality of everything's going up, and then, which is a good thing, it's kind of like this video game we used to play. We were like all completely addicted to it.
Oh yeah.
And we invested basically our whole lives into it when we were in high school.
Golly, we went so hard. I feel like I'm playing the game now.
But the thing with the game was, and I think this goes with everything, and it's, I mean, you could almost even relate this to drugs, but the more you get into it and the more you get better at it, which don't do drugs, I'm not saying that.
Not what we meant.
But it's like an addictive thing.
Right.
And it was just like the game. The better you got, the more fun the game became to be the best.
Right.
And like you just keep getting more and more into it. And that's like, I just spent $40, $50 on books. And then I watch all the stuff all the time. Like you say, you're doing that whole film for your company. And then you've basically got this next one scripted out.
Yeah. Crazy.
And it's getting more fun too.
It is. Playing with bigger fish, man. That's what gets fun.
That's true.
And just the connections with people. Like that's what I think I'm more excited than anything. It's just the connections to people.
And it's not only like a selfish connection, I can get what I want from them, but like we had to meet up the other day because the club I'm interning with, we had to meet up with the guy and film some range safety stuff. And just meeting him and seeing his, like, he's just a great guy. And he's interested in the same stuff we are. So not only from a selfish, like, we can use people for stuff because this life is basically all about who you know. But at the same time, like I keep talking about the guys at Diamondback, but they just seem great. Mm-hmm. I would love to just go down there and hang out with them, shoot with them.
The guy I talked to, he's super nice. He's super responsive to, like, everything. He always answers my DMs. He's, like, awesome dude. Mm-hmm. Just absolutely awesome.
Yeah, so just from that perspective as well, you got that.
Yeah.
Connections.
Hunter's right. Yep.
So, I don't know. You think we should end it?
I think we should
probably.
end it.
Has it been? It's probably been close to an hour.
It's well over an hour.
Because we started 15 minutes in.
Oh. Yeah.
No, it was like 10 minutes before we actually started because I was putting all my stuff in for the gimbal.
Yeah, we'll end it here.
Oh, we'll definitely end it, but I was just saying. Every Thursday.
Every Thursday.
What time? 7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m. So we can screw up.
7
We can film a small podcast Thursday morning instead of working out.
Thursday morning.
All right. Well,
Thursday afternoon, 7 p.m. Every single
DMs are
Thursday.
still open for the wristbands too.
Yeah.
All right.
Got plenty of them to send out.
We'll see y'all next time. And guys, as always, take someone outdoors.